Okay, so I have something serious to talk about. Been kind of seeing this all over different social media platforms, and I feel like it's my turn to speak up and speak my truth. This is in regard to Michaela Niguera and her deciding to talk about her husband Cody being in rehab. Now, I'm not going to talk about whether I believe everything that she said with regard to him being in an apartment for a while, whether I believe he's in rehab or was in rehab or for how long or any of those things. What I am going to talk about, because I have personal, how do I put this? I have a vested interest in addiction and recovery. Doesn't matter whether it's myself, family members, loved ones, it's not the point. What I can tell you is that I've gone through what someone who has a loved one that is addicted to drugs or alcohol, as the case may be, goes through. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you that I can understand Cody's perspective too, if he has one. I think that it was in extremely poor taste for her to even bring it up, especially during her launch, right? Why? I can't even fathom, first of all, why you would do this launch during such a difficult time for your husband, and it should be for yourself, because addiction is a family disease. It doesn't just affect the one using, ever. But she made the choice. That's her choice to make. But then in the middle of controversy with this launch, which I could give two craps about one way or the other. I don't follow her, and I don't intend to purchase her skincare, whatever it is. But to then, in the middle of that controversy, decide to reveal this big secret, which we all thought the big secret was that she was working on this launch, right? That's what she led us to believe after it was all said and done. Whatever. But the thing is that whether he gave you his blessing, which is a terrible choice of words, but whether he told you that he was okay with you talking about it or not, number one, can tell you that he's not in the right headspace, period, dot, end of story, to even think about having his whole entire life and, weaknesses put on blast for millions upon millions of people to hear about. You don't think he's gonna run into somebody that's seen him on one of her videos and go, "Hey, you're Cody, right? Like, Michaela's?" Yeah. Do you know how uncomfortable that's gonna be for him? So he's gonna be identified forever as the addict of the influencer. I'm sorry, but that's just crappy. She comes off to me, in my opinion, allegedly, my opinion, as a narcissist. She does not seem to care one iota about what Cody feels, what he's going through, or what his family is going through. Because this can't be easy on them either. It's not the first time he's been in rehab, from what we're told. Probably not even the second. because I can tell you that from experience. I understand if the story is true that he had his own apartment. I understand that to a degree, because as addicts, I don't care what she says, because she's not an addict, allegedly, right? She doesn't know. Addicts will steal, they will lie, they will con, they will walk all over anybody to get what they need to get high. Period. He's not different, he's not unique than any other addict. And anybody who is an addict knows that I'm right. And those who disagree, y'all don't have a clue. And I know I'm gonna get hate for this, and I don't care, because I am standing up for what I believe in. Being an addict is the hardest, most stressful thing to deal with ever. More so than any possible disease that you can imagine. The pain is not necessarily physical unless you're going through withdrawals, right? But it is extremely psychologically, emotionally painful. And it is stigmatized. Still, to this day, after how many years? Like 100 years of, that we know of, opiate abuse, right? And to still be stigmas attached to it, and to have people like Michaela make that stigma worse. This is all about her and her pain and her life and her launch and her this and her that. It's not about Cody. It's not about Cody. What about Cody's feelings? What about Cody's life after this? Whether any of this was true or not, which I believe it is. I believe he did have a relapse. Why? Can't call it. He probably doesn't even know. Maybe he does. I don't know. The fact is, she should be supporting him, and supporting him offline. This is nobody's business. But she put it out here to make it our business. And I think that we should be making more videos in support of Cody and leaving her name out. Obviously, I did not do that. But I'm very, very upset with her. I don't know her. I don't care to know her. But I think that the things that she's saying and doing with regard to her husband, the man that she decided to marry and spend the rest of her life loving and caring for, till death do we part, no stipulations. Really? I'm disgusted. And you people should be disgusted too. And if you're not, man, I don't even know what to say. All I can say is, Cody, if for whatever reason you see this video, she says you don't get on socials, I understand that. But if you happen to see this, just know that you have an ally. And I'm always a DM away, Insta, TikTok, whatever. Okay? Much love to all those still sick and suffering. And remember, we do recover.